Hey guys, what's up? So I saw this interview and I thought it was kind of interesting because according to this guy, Hunter may have been the last person to see Summer alive.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Jeremy Dugan with Human Aid Solutions Incorporated. I'm the Vice President. We're currently working and teamed up with Bikers Against Abuse International and working with Paul Michael. And it's been a pleasure. It's been great working with you guys. You guys are great. We love helping you out. We're one team, one fight. Our main goal is to bring kids home safe. I did want to address something that happened last night. We had a failed attempt at an extraction of Hunter Mullaney. Hunter is a 15-year-old male. He's involved in the Summer Wells case. He was apparently probably the last person that saw Summer Wells alive. It's our understanding that he went swimming with her. He was with Summer's mother. Summer's mother bought him alcohol. Not sure about that whole story, whatnot. But Hunter's father was very concerned and reached out to us at Human Aid Solutions. He asked us to transport Hunter from Tennessee to New York. Hunter's father, Andrew Hiltz, provided us paperwork and court documents stating that he had legal custody of Hunter for the summertime, at the least, and that Hunter should be in his custody at this point in time. He asked us to transport Hunter. He gave us permission. We have a consent for domestic travel signed by his father, which was witnessed. We have legal documentation. I have the court documents stating his custody as for the summertime, and I will read this to you. And this is signed by a judge and stamped 2019, and it is legal through 2020 and 2021. Notice, your willful failure to obey this order may result in incarceration for contempt of court. That is aimed at the mother, Allison Mullaney. Andrew Hiltz, petitioner, appeared personally with Stephen Rockmaker, Esquire. Allison Mullaney, respondent, appeared personally with Jordan Austin, Esquire. Christina Pearson, Esquire, attorney for the child. That was their legal representation. In this court order, it was ordered that the parties shall share joint legal custody of their child, Hunter Mullaney, date of birth 3/15/2006, with the mother having primary physical custody, and it is further ordered that the father shall have parenting time with the subject child every summer starting the first Sunday after school recesses for the summer until 7 days prior to the commencement of the following school year, and it is further ordered that for the summer of 2019 the father shall return the child to the mother on July 19, 2019, effectively losing 11 days of his entitled summer 2019 custodial access. The father shall be entitled to 11 days of make-up time with the subject child, and the respondent has until the commencement of the 2021 school year of the effectuate the make-up of the lost time. The father shall be entitled to make up the 11 days in the summer of 2020 and 2021, and it is further ordered that the father shall be entitled to copies and access to any and all academic, medical, dental, optical records of the minor child, Hunter Mullaney, and the mother shall provide the father with names and contact information for the child's current providers, and it is further ordered, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of other legal jargon that doesn't matter. Another thing that's highlighted that's ordered, that the father shall have such other and additional parenting as agreed between the parties, and it is further ordered that the father shall be entitled to phone contact with the subject child at a minimum of 5 days a week between the hours of 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. with the understanding that the child may be unavailable on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. The father will provide the child with a cell phone, and I'll take a break right there because the cell phone of the child was confiscated by the detectives, either by the sheriff's department or the TBI. So, I don't know, is it up to the father to buy another cell phone for the child? You tell me. I'll continue. And the parties agree that the child may utilize the cell phone to contact the father. Well, how's the child going to contact the father when the detectives have taken the cell phone that the father has provided? Answer me that. Really curious. The mother shall have access to the cell phone for purposes of monitoring the child's cell phone activity, and it is further. Okay, so if the mother is monitoring the child's cell phone, how's the child hooking up with an adult that is buying him alcohol and currently texting back and forth with him in an inappropriate relationship, saying, hey, I'm going to pick you up and buy you alcohol and we're going to go swimming? Tell me that. What kind of mother allows that is court ordered to monitor this kind of stuff? Just throwing that out there. Also ordered that neither parent will disparage or make derogatory remarks about the other parent in the child's presence, nor allow third parties within their control to do so, and further ordered blah blah blah. Okay, so if you listen to that last part, who here has been monitoring Facebook? Derogatory remarks. I've seen quite a bit of them. We have quite a bit of screenshots of those. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to call names. I'm not here to speculate on anything. I'm just here to state facts. These are the facts of the court order. You guys have seen the Facebook posts. You've seen everything that's going on. You've seen the derogatory remarks. This is court order. Signed by a judge. So, I know there's been thousands of comments on this. Thousands of people watching. You're all witnesses. You're all witnesses of people breaking the law. Now, to the next issue. We had an order to extract Hunter last night. Consent for domestic travel. This is a legal document. I'll read it for you, because I have a feeling half of you watching this can't read. It states, I, Andrew Hiltz, of 97 South Judson Street, apartment number 2, Gloversville, New York, 12078, declare that I am the legal parent guardian of, which he is, by court order, Hunter Mullaney, male, born March 15th, 2006, at Gloversville, New York. My child, Hunter Mullaney, has my consent to travel to New York, New York for summer visitation with father, court-ordered custody, with Jeremy Dugan, that's me, Vice President from Human Aid Solutions Incorporated, that's also me, of 662 Springport Drive, Lawrenceville, Georgia. Don't show up to my address. Please. Unless you want to bring a Pinewood box with you. Any questions regarding this document may be addressed to me at Andrew Hiltz, 97 South Judson Street, Apartment 2, Gloversville, New York, 12078. Primary phone number, 518-844-5926. Do not harass him, or I'll come after you also. Signed. Here's your signature. It's a legal document. Now, when we went to go execute this document, because we had court order that father had custody for the summertime, and we also had permission and temporary custody granted by the father to transport Hunter from Tennessee to New York, and we had also spoke to the lead detective on the Summer Wells case, which Hunter had involvement with. The lead detective, Cliff Evans, called me, and I asked him specifically. I said, "Hey Cliff, we have orders to transport Hunter from Tennessee to New York. Is that cool? Because it is my understanding that you took his cell phone. So that tells me he may be a suspect in your case." Cliff Evans told me specifically that no, Hunter is cleared from the investigation. He is okay to leave the state. You guys are good to do what you're doing. I reiterated the question. I said, "Okay, Cliff, so I just want to be clear with you. If I take this kid from his home because I have orders from his father who has custody, you guys are not going to chase me down the street for kidnapping." He said, actually he laughed. First he laughed. And then he said, "No, you guys are all good. You're clear. He's clear to leave the state. Everything's cool. You're in the green." I was like, "All right, cool. I appreciate it." So then we drove to Tennessee. On our way there, we made a few phone calls to give everybody a heads up we were coming. Because the last thing I want to do is duke it out with law enforcement. We called the local PD. Actually, first we called the Sheriff's Department. Sheriff's Department said call the local PD. So we called the local PD, asked them, requested a police presence for this extraction. Because we had the orders, the court order, we had the order from the father, we had order to transport, we had all the legal documents you would need to do what we were doing. They said, reach out to the locals. So we reached out to the locals. At that point in time, I believe it was 6:30. Dispatch said there was a shift change coming in at about 7 o'clock. They said, call back. I was like, all right, well, we're an hour out. We'll call back. So we were 30 minutes out when we called back. Ended up speaking with Lieutenant Dummy. Lieutenant Summy. Lieutenant Summy informed me that he was, I guess, the night shift supervisor, commander, whatever term he used. He used a few of them. But he informed me that no child was leaving his jurisdiction, no matter what. He didn't care who it came from, whether it was the Sheriff's Department, TBI. He pretty much told me, the President of the United States could call him, and we were not taking this child out of his jurisdiction. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, it is what it is, I guess, We had already driven almost 4 hours, and we had all the legal documentation. So at this point, it was, all right, well, we're going to show up on scene, and we're going to play it cool, and we're going to see how many laws you're going to break. which he broke quite a few. Where do I start? Oh man, I've got like 2 pages of this guy's past goes deep too. Me and 30 other people have been digging into this guy's history. It's ridiculous. Okay, so Hunter Mulaney's dad at quarter. We were private documentation. You detective. Blah blah blah. All right, so first major red flag. We walked up on the property. They already knew we were coming. I was in a plate carrier, tactical vest, because honestly, I don't like getting shot, and it happens. So maybe a little intimidating. Walked up on the porch. Mom, I'll call her Mom. Opened the door and greeted me in a very hostile way. I'm not going to repeat what she said when she opened the door. I try to be a Christian man, so I'm not going to repeat those words. But she came out very hostile, and we have all this recorded. I put my hands up. I said, "Ma'am, I'm not here to cause any trouble." I said, "I have some documentation. I'm here to pick up Hunter. I have the paperwork." And she replied with a lot of other things that I would not like to repeat. I remained calm, even though I didn't want to. I remained calm because I'm representing more than one organization in this process. And, I don't want to throw shade on anybody that I'm representing, as well as my own company. So again, I said, "Ma'am, here's the paperwork. I have court order here saying that the father has custody for the summertime. I also have an order for domestic transport that is legal and signed by the father. We're here to do our job. We're not here to cause any problems, make any problems, be involved in any kind of problems. We just want to do our job. That's it. That's simply it. You're yelling at me. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not calling you names. You're calling me names, but I'm not calling you names. I'm being completely professional about this. I'm just trying to do the right thing here." She informed me that the police department was on the way. I said, "That's fine." I said, "I've already talked to the police department about 30 minutes ago. I told them I was coming. I said the sheriff's department knows about it. TBI knows about it. I said everybody and their mother knows about it because I posted it on Facebook. That's just legally covering my tail end. And there's 1,200 comments on the post that I made that we were coming to pick them up. So I have over 1,200 witnesses that can vouch for me, giving them a heads up that I had legal documentation to pick Hunter up. And we weren't trying to do anything shady." As I told the officers when they responded, I was like, "Look, we operate above bar. We don't break the law. We have a good reputation. We work with law enforcement nonstop. We have members of our organization that are not only in government but law enforcement. So we stay above bar. And there's a reason we do what we do when we post the things we do, because it creates witnesses for us. And we can call anyone in the court." So it was well known we were coming. We stated we had legal documentation. We tagged TBI in the post. We called TBI. We talked to the lead detective in the Summer Wells case. Gave us the green light to remove Hunter across state lines. What was funny was when we got there in local law enforcement, there was an officer by the name of Lawson. Can't remember if he was a corporal or sergeant. I didn't have time to count his stripes. And honestly, I really don't care. But Lawson, he was seemed to be best friends with the family. As soon as he showed up on scene, he walked up, and the mother, Sherry, Shamu, whatever her name is, she's like, "Oh, hey, Bobby," and he was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Like they were best friends. Like it seemed like they probably had like 300 barbecues together. I don't know. Really good friends. Really strange, especially with someone that has the history that she does, and I'm not even going to get into that. I don't have 3 days to talk about that. I won't talk about their previous missing family members or daughters that went missing, and I won't bring that up. I'm not going to speculate. I'm just trying to state facts here, so I won't bring any of that up. So it seemed to be very friendly with law enforcement. When Lieutenant Dummy showed up, sorry, my apologies. Lieutenant Summy showed up. I guess he was the watch commander. Between him and Lawson, they had stated in conversation with us that they knew that the family had lived there for about a year. And going through video, from what I recalled, and my teammate that was with me recalled, they stated that they had responded to 100 calls in the last year that this family lived there. There is speculation on that, because other people that saw the video said numerous calls. They heard numerous calls. But myself and my partner heard 100. We're still going over that video information. And we do have that recorded. And we're more than willing to provide that in court, because that's what's going to happen. So it's really weird that law enforcement has such a close relationship with a family that has numerous charges, has a son that's involved with a missing person investigation, tied to a family that back in 2009 also was involved in another missing person investigation that never got solved. So now that they got two on them, this family, the mother of Hunter, I guess her daughter went missing not too long ago. Like, what's going on here? Kids drinking alcohol, hanging out with adults, people are going missing in the local area. Like, I was checking local cases, like people are turning up dead, missing, hearing about red trucks. Oh, and here's something that really caught my attention. This is really juicy, and I'm going to drive this home because I think this is really important. And TBI, I hope you're watching, because if you haven't found this out yet, y'all need to wake up. So, there was a Monte Carlo spotted in the area within the timeline of Summer Wells' disappearance. Lieutenant Summy also owns a 1988 Monte Carlo. It took me about 30 seconds to pull that up. Has anybody talked to him? Why is he defending this family and not allowing us to carry out legal documentation and transportation of Hunter to his father, who has legal custody? Why is he interfering with that? The mother stated while we were there that she moved him to a different location. And I asked Lieutenant Summy, I said, okay, if the father has legal custody right now through the summertime, and we have legal documentation to transport him. If the mother moves him intentionally because she is trying to do this intentionally so we can't carry out our order, isn't that kidnapping? He agreed that it was. I also have text messages and screenshots of all those proving that Hunter was in the house while we were there. I also have evidence that Lieutenant Summy knew Hunter was in the house while we were there. So by him backing up the story that Hunter was moved by his mother that was not at that location, he is aiding and kidnapping. And we are filing charges. And we are going to follow that up. And we are going to make sure he pays for that. I don't know who else is involved with him. Lawson, you're under the microscope too. Whoever the new guy was in the background, the young, tall, skinny, bald dude, you were cool, man. You never disrespected us. I didn't get your name. But whoever you are, you played it cool, man. You just stood there and kind of watched everything happen. And I believe you have nothing to do with this. But Lawson and Summy, yeah, you guys are going down. Mark my words. We will be back. And I will be back with a shit-eating grin along with the rest of my team when you guys walk out in handcuffs. That's a fact. As far as everything else, TBI, please follow up on Lieutenant Summy's Monte Carlo. I was trying to pull satellite photos as to what color it was, because I've heard the name of red, maroon vehicles, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know, it's really weird. I don't like to call you guys out because I think you're doing a great job. And I know you have 102 agencies working on this. But we're trying to work with you, man. We're trying to do the right thing. All we like to do is bring kids home safe. And we put a lot of effort into that. I probably look like hell right now because I've been working my ass off for the last 12, 13, I don't know how many days on this case. And we have a dozen other cases that we're running to. You know, I hate it. It sucks. You know what sucks even more? When people that take a fucking oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, not only the Constitution, but the citizens of the United States of America, and you're a public servant, and you serve the public, and you protect us, and you sit here and bullshit around like this, and you fuck around when we have legal documentation to transport a kid, get him out of harm's way, like what the fuck? I'm sorry, I try to be a professional, but this shit really gets to me. This is complete bullshit. So much bullshit. But I guarantee, I promise, I give you my word, my heart will not stop until these people answer for what they've done. I promise you that.